Alrighty then guys, this is Drax, finally back with another video, and I just had to make this one for Star Citizen and its annual CitizenCon. This is the first one in a few years, and to be honest, it just blew me away watching the stuff yesterday. It was amazing for the first day. Can't wait to get into day 2. But I just wanted to make a video for all those that didn't get the time to watch it. So this is a TLDW, too long didn't watch video, and I want to get straight into it, so we don't waste any more time. So for the first part, we have the StarEngine Demo, and this is showcasing everything that is currently in Star Citizen and is to come into Star Citizen, all the planets, all the systems. Absolutely amazing, beautiful demo, and just check out some of it here, guys. Then we had some fire simulation. This is something that currently isn't in the game that they're working on currently. That was in the StarEngine demo at the beginning. And yeah, you can see how the fire spreads using the voxel, I think it was voxel system, from one place to another on ships and inside buildings. And then we had the water simulation. This is something that isn't in game at all currently. Very basic water, so you've got the reflections coming into it soon, and you've got how different objects and maybe aircraft will affect the water in the future. Check it out here.
Forward in a second, you're going to see the wake start to happen behind us there. And from the cockpit perspective, water droplets on the glass thrown up from the water sim. This is what I'm talking about using multi-output.
Then we have the blood, sweat, tears system, something that is going to be very important for their Squadron 42, they said, obviously to add into the storyline and for use with our characters in the multiplayer system later on.
I think we can keyframe every single tier if we want to, and we can even simulate blood like here.
Then we have scope shaders for weapons. This is a different system than you're using currently. It was a very simple system before. They've worked on this system from the ground up, and it's just going to overall make a more realistic feel when you're using weapons with their scopes.
Sight. We've got lens distortions. You can see this little refraction and bending of light on it. I see it works when you don't have to be actually holding the rifle for it to work. We've got a correct emulation of...
Then we have HDR and Temporal Upscaling for performance and visuals.
The ongoing, we've got a lot of content in Star Citizen. It takes a little bit of time to make sure we balance everything so it doesn't look too dim or look like a supernova. Next thing I want to mention, Temporal Upscaling. This has been something that's been asked for a long time, and we're proud to finally get it into your hands. We've got 3 different techniques we're going to be implementing. We've got CIGs, we've got our own temporal super resolution solution called TSR. We've got AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2, and we've got NVIDIA's DLSS 2 as well.
Then there was some talk about the future of planets with improved systems for performance, removing the horrible pop-in that you get, and also improving some draw distance. Then they had another system they wanted to mention to start creating planets quickly, which are unique and interesting. On top of that, we had the new Vulkan renderer for improved performance and ray tracing, which led us in to the global ray traced illumination, better lighting for the planet's systems and ships.
illuminate the world without having to add special lights to fake it. Perfect match. It's not identical, but it's a lot more dynamic than the old system.
StarCloth here, and this is the physics affecting cloth and clothing.
Cloth gets influenced from wind and has accurate collisions with the player's body.
And we had the StarHair prototype affecting every single strand of hair on our players' heads.
So this is a test of various head movements to see.
Then they had the Maelstrom physics-based damage system, which is for breaking apart structures and buildings and aircraft and different things throughout the game, which is similar to what you could say on Battlefield games, destructible environment, but on a much bigger scale here, of course. Then they showcased a new audio system affecting everything in game, also changing whether you're in a pressurized area or not.
Exerted. Our new in-house audio effects, particularly the multiband compressor, tuned by our sound designers, give us this result. The compression serves to illustrate the power of the weapons and the effect that they have when going beyond the limits of the listener. Let's show you the same audio effects applied to the ship weapons, taking us from this to this. But it's not just about feeling powerful. Changes in audio can create a sense of danger, of being out on your own and under threat. Here's an example of ship combat. Sounds good, but what if we wanted a little more realism?
A huge one here is the start of server meshing, allowing servers to spin up and down, keeping a constant track of everything that goes on across the universe. Chris Roberts even got a bit emotional when talking about this.
And that is our replication service. So my client is connected to this replication service, and my server is connected to this replication service. And the replication service, the sole purpose is to get all the entities which are in the entity graph and stream them to clients and servers which are connected to.
And the first time I saw this, about 3 weeks ago, working fully, I cried. It's like giving birth.
We did it!
And we wouldn't have been able to do this and work on this kind of tech without all your support.
That's right.
100%.
Now, you guys
and your trust.
allowing us to take the time to do it right, to really build it. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So much.
And we had the resource network removing old pipework systems for more control over ship components. This adds way more gameplay for bigger ships needing crews to properly manage parts and systems. It ties into the engineering gameplay for repairs of ships and also repairs of parts and finding ships, repairing them and using them, or taking parts away from them to repair your own ship.
And what you might have not picked up on the screen is that actually the power plant here that I'm now focusing on is on low health. So I'm commanding Simon to repair the power plant to get it fully operational again. So, something to highlight here, take a closer look at the doors. Since we also track the door states, you see that you can watch movement inside your ships now nicely. So you can track players moving around in your ship and even close doors for them, or like compartments in this case where Simon just forgot to close the compartment. Yeah, so Pete destroyed the relay, but we need the ship in fully functional state, so yeah, I'm running now with a fuse and place it on the...
This then led us into the development of ships and some new ships like the RSI Zeus Mark II. This was mentioned a long time ago. The Zeus ship, one of the first to quantum travel, I believe. And now we have the Mark II, which is going to be a much more useful version to us. There was the Drake Cutter Scout variant, so a different version of the best-selling Drake ship of all time. They talked about the Banu Merchantman, one of the biggest ships in the game, still being worked on, but it's taken more of a back seat to RSI ships currently. They're focusing more on the Polaris, then the Galaxy, then the Perseus, and once they're done with the RSI family, they'll move on back to stuff like the Banu Merchantman. And finally here we had the better HUD, the better UI, an auto-pathing system, and a new map system which seamlessly expands all the way out to your star map. Much easier to use and much more detailed. It's going to be a fantastic addition to the game.
Environment and even our ship. We can also check our mission objective.
Quicker callouts of our objective and also where we are. I would like to talk a little bit about the tech behind this. What you're seeing is not a pre-baked asset. And I want to reiterate that because all of our environments can be very dynamic, and they can change. They can take damage. Perhaps economic shifts might cause changes in the environment. If we can get past this first bit, if we don't trip up. So as we make our way into the Carrack, it's not just environments or caves or cities. We can represent the ship on our interior map. And it's totally seamless as you transition between the two. So let's go ahead and pull up our mobiGlass again and get a wider view of our ship.
To go back to aerial. Okay, so we've done a lot of exploring. I think it's time that we head back. We could do this by selecting Orison from the list, but we also have our own marker that we can take advantage of here. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that the player marker clamps to the edge of the map, keeping it visible to you no matter how far away you go. To get back to our position, we could double-click that marker, or we could click the first of the navigation buttons to zoom straight there. Now, I'm sure many of you have been wondering if we can go back to our Carrack map from the star map, just like how we got here from the Carrack map just a few minutes ago. So let's see what happens when we focus on our player marker. Go ahead, Bone.
Now that's it for day one. I haven't included absolute every little detail in this one, but hopefully I got the main stuff in there for you guys to digest. And by the time this vid comes out, day two will probably be in full swing. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and comment, and then I'll work on day two. Too long didn't watch video. So cheers guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
So we can see the entire Stanton solar system. It's just so cool to watch the verse open up before our eyes.